I'm going to go over how a scorecard works. So really quick, you can kind of follow along here. So Black Desert Resort is where I just played. Top line is hole number. So there's 1 through 18 because there's 18 holes. The next one's the handicap, which I'll kind of explain in a second. The next one's Black Desert, which is the tees I played.
Which tells you each hole's yardage. So like
right here on the first hole, it was 449 yards. The second hole is 389 yards. The eighth hole is 137 yards. So you can kind of see there's some long ones, some short ones, and that's why there's different pars. Remember how I told you every hole is either a par 3, par 4, or par 5? What that means is the next line then, par. First hole is a par 4, 449 yard par 4. Hole 2 is 389 yards, so that's 60 yards shorter, but it's still a par 4. The next hole is only 186 yards, so they expect you to hit the first shot onto the green and then 2 putts. That's why it's a par 3. Whereas the first 2, they want you to get on the green in 2 and then putt 2 and in the hole for 4, meaning that's why the par is there. And then the bottom line is all of my scores in reality. So like some of the holes I got par, some of them I got birdies, some of them I got bogeys, and I even got 1 double bogey right there on hole number 6. I got a 6 on a par 4. So what the handicap means, going back to that, is it ranks the holes from hardest to easiest out of the 18. So there's only one number 1, there's only one number 2, there's only one number 3, because that is the hardest, the second hardest, and the third hardest hole on the whole course. So hole 4, boom, hardest hole on the course. Hole number 11, second hardest hole on the course. Number 7, third hardest hole on the course. And then number 17, 18th hardest hole, or better known as the easiest. So that's kind of how that works. And then the handicap you can use for different games. Whenever you have a different handicap of someone, then you give them free strokes on certain hole numbers. It's kind of up to you. And there's different games to play as well. So lastly, this is how my score worked. On the first hole, they projected me to get a 4, meaning that I was going to take 2 strokes to get on the green and then 2 putts, always 2 putts. But instead, I got on the green in 2 strokes, and then I made the putt, the first one. So I got a 3 on instead of a 4, which is a birdie, because birdie is 1 less than par. The next hole was the opposite. I got on the green in 3, which I should have been on the green in 2 for a par 4, but I got on the green in 3 and then 2 strokes. That's why I got a 5 instead of 4, and it's a bogey. Next hole par, next hole bogey. 5 on a par 4 is a bogey. 4 on a 4, that's par. 6 on a 4, double bogey. And then I got a single bogey, and then on 9 I got a birdie. And then on the back 9, see how the par numbers 4 4 4 5 4 3 4 3 5, that adds up to 36, which is what the in column says right here, 36. So you're supposed to shoot 36 36. I shot 39 on the front, but then on the back I shot 32, which is 4 under par. So I got 3 over par, 4 under par. If you add those together, 4 under but 3 over is still 1 under. That's why my score is 71 right here. So my overall round, I shot 1 under par.
leave me a golf question in the comments so I can answer it in my next post.